Good afternoon. We're going to do this a second time. I did this once before and the footage didn't work out. It was glitching for whatever reason. So hopefully this time it goes through. Today I'm going to try for you guys Curiositas Peated Malt by BenRiach. It's a 10-year-old peated Speyside Scotch. I don't know if you guys will be able to see very well in the mirror, but I will take a picture and post the thing so you guys can see better. It is 46% ABV, 750 ml bottle. Paid roughly between $50 and $55 for it. It was a 2007 Malt Advocate Whiskey Distillery of the Year. So I bought this because I like the Annock. The Annock the Annock Cutter's peated, and so it was a peated Scotch too. That wasn't a typical Islay style Scotch, so it's fun to get a different take on it than just the Islay take on the Scotches. And so I got this one, and I really like it. I like this style of Scotch actually. It's a good way to segue if you're going to segue into an Islay and you really just don't want to go full blown. It would be interesting to travel this route first. I'll read you a little bit on the front while my whiskey sets for a minute. Most whiskeys achieve light peating through water source. The BenRiach Curiositas additionally enhances the peat richness through the use of malted barley dried in the traditional way over peat-infused kilns, and is such a particularly unusual for a Speyside malt. Somewhere on here, they do their own floor maltings here. Yes, BenRiach, established 1890, is one of the few distilleries with its own on-site floor maltings. Curiositas uses a heavily peated malted barley as a cereal varietal to produce a unique, fresh, peated expression. I don't want to read a whole lot more of it. We'll just get into it. It doesn't say anything on there that I've seen about being non-chill filtered or colored, so we just assume both, but as light as it is, I don't think it's colored. I mean, it's a golden hue. It's really just a light golden hue. Gives you good, fairly viscous legs. On the nose, you get the peat up front. It's a sweet peat, for lack of a better words. It's a light peat, but it's very bold, but it's light. It's not like dominating. I get apples with this. It's very fruity. I get a little honey. Like I said, the maltiness is still there. It's a sour note to it, just ever so slight, and a little bit of a vegetal note. That smokiness is there, but it's not the heavy smokiness you get out of an Islay. It's a much lighter smokiness. It's thick in what you receive, but it's not heavy as in the sense of a real dense, dominating style of spirit on the nose. By the way, this is Otter Creek. We're up toward the head of Otter Creek. Come here, we used to catch a bait here. Probably still will when we go fishing over at Fall River during the summer. Kids used to slide through the tubes there. It's a little bit deep down there, swim and have a good time. Just an old slab across Otter Creek. Let's go in for the palate. Again, smoked peat up front, sweet peat, honey, malty. It's malty in a good way. It's got a very fruity malt, but it's a fresh fruit. Definitely apples. Definitely apples. There's a little slight sourness on the backside. Reminds me of persimmons. The last time I ate a persimmon was, me and Jeff was deer hunting over in Cowley County. That's been 15 years ago. Well, we had a little persimmon grove we'd hunt in over there. There was some ripe persimmons that year I picked them. That's been the last time I've had a persimmon. But persimmon has a slight sour, sweet note to it. And that's how this comes across when they're ripe. Very warming on the tongue. Alcohol is not very noticeable at all. There's hardly any alcohol, bite or burn anywhere in it. It finishes with that maltiness and that honey in the background. The peat all the way through. You get the smokiness and the peat from beginning to end of palate. That's pretty good stuff. The finish is short to medium. Medium. It's not very deep in the medium. Like I said, the smokiness still dominates. Overall, it's a good dram. Overall, for the $50 to $55 price range, it is well worth the price for a 10-year-old dram. I think for a score, I'm going to give it 86. I think the Anok Cutter, I haven't tried them side by side. It'd be interesting. I think I gave it a little higher score. It seemed to me the flavors were a little more vibrant in it than it is in this one. But, you know, compare them side to side, scores can change. This is not wrote in stone by any means. So, anyway, I better cap it off here. Remember, the spirit in your glass isn't running from you. Take your time, sip it, enjoy it. You'll be better for it, as will we all. And if you get a chance to buy it, I recommend it. I think it's worth the price. Everyone, have a good day.